What's going on, Guardians? Nem0905 here, filling in for Metro Ryushi in the Hero Unit podcast. This episode, we are featuring our European ambassador, Azimuth.
Hi.
For the first time in Hero Unit podcast, we have one of our fellow admins, a very helpful guy, the Quasar.
Hey everyone.
And we have a Hero Unit community member, iRaged.
Hey guys.
How are you guys doing today?
Very
good.
Awesome. So, as E3 is about, only a few days away, I think next week.
E3!
Very exciting.
Yeah.
We have gotten quite a handful of quote-unquote leaks of Destiny's next expansion, The Taken King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard or seen any of the leaks, but we're going to kind of go in an overview of what information was let out early prior to the E3 announcements. So, one of the big things is the subclasses. So apparently with the Taken King, we're going to get the extra subclass slot that we've all been wanting for ever since we saw that empty square there. So what do you guys think about that? Azimuth, what are you looking forward to in those subclasses?
Well, as everyone who knows me knows that I'm a Titan by heart. So it's going to be that, what is it, the solar
Hammer.
solar,
Yeah, sounds like a solar hammer.
Yeah. We interesting to see how they're gonna do that. Is it gonna be? I'm actually really interested because I feel as though they could do it a couple of different ways, because that hammer could be, it could be like the golden gun. It could be like a 3-hit sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be go crazy like the so overpowered in the Crucible Arc Blade, where you just rip through enemies, or it could be an area of effect damage, sort of slam it on the ground and kill a bunch of people around you, sort of thing.
Right.
I have no idea, and I'm actually really excited to see where they go with that. I really am.
So Quasar, what about you? So I don't know if you've heard, but for Warlocks, there's an electrical storm, which is obviously the arc component that they're missing. And for Hunters, a gravity bow. Any thoughts on either of those?
I'm pretty excited to see what the crossbow is going to be like for the Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I also am a Titan at heart. That was what I started with. So, like Azimuth, I'm really interested to see what they do with that, and I hope it's more like Thor's hammer. You can throw it and pound it and do whatever.
That would be amazing.
But the character going on me the most lately, especially since the Iron Banner last week, is the Hunter. So I'm really interested to see, because they have both the really close range super with the arc blade and then the long range super with the golden gun. So
Right.
I'm interested to see how the crossbow is going to fit. Is it going to be another long range one, which it kind of seems like it would almost have to be, or is it going to be more a medium, higher impact, higher damage thing? So I think they have some interesting choices to make with that one.
Well, with the Titan, if this hammer is going to be again a short range, then the Titan will have no ranged supers at all. That's one thing I am concerned about.
Yeah,
that's why I think
Hunter
Thor's hammer would be really cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
What about
it was
you,
interesting to me because they gave the Hunter another long ranged, like the golden gun.
Yeah.
And they gave possibly looks like another short ranged one.
Yeah.
So that really, I think that they should have gave the. I mean, I'm really intrigued about the hammer. It looks really cool, but I would like a long range super for the Titan, as I am a Titan at heart as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. So yeah, we have a lot of Titan pride today.
Yeah, did you know you today?
However, one thing about that electrical storm for the Warlock, I'm really interested to see what they do with that as well.
Yeah.
Because again, what they could do, that it could be something where literally you just throw it out into a corridor or whatever. Anyone who's in that area, say like a Titan bubbles width sort of circle area sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like that, but what I think would be really cool is if they had a perk on there so that you could set it down, but it was like a trap, and then if someone ran into it, then it would activate, sort of thing. That would
Right.
be pretty cool.
That would be interesting too, yeah.
Yeah. So as a warlock at heart here, um,
Who invited you?
feeling left out a little bit.
It's a Titan Club.
I really want to see this electrical storm as either one of two things. Either when you activate the super, you gain like a hover for the warlock, and you kind of like strike people far away with lightning. Or when you activate the super, wherever you're targeting the reticle, you'll have like a lightning bolt just coming, kind of like clashing on the ground. And hit whatever is around them. I mean,
I see.
yeah, that's kind of what I would like to see it work out, but Bungie's always full of surprises, so we'll see how that's gonna work out for us warlocks.
I actually think that's pretty funny that we have a major leak on this, and yet we still don't have a tenth of the answers that we're looking for.
Yeah. It's like, here's all the information, but, well, they've literally just given us, like, the front of it, haven't they? They haven't given us any depth whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's all speculation.
So, I don't know if you guys were aware as well, but one of the very first leaks that came out of the Taken King came via Red Bull. In one of their advertisements, they said, to get like extra XP and wield a flame sword, whatever that means. So I don't know if
I'm
it's.
actually looking at that photo. I'm looking at that photo right now, yeah, and it says team code inside pack at redbullquest.com for bonus XP now, an epic quest in Destiny, Taken King.
So that kind of worries me slightly that they're going to have an extra quote-unquote quest outside of the Taken King that you're going to have to get it through a Red Bull promotional code,
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah, it seems something more Call of Duty-esque than it would have been Destiny.
Yeah.
It really
all
does.
All I can think of now is basically Guardians running, like an advert where there's a bunch of Guardians running around the Crucible. Some guy just goes on a killing spree, then stops, looks at the camera, just gets out a Red Bull and just goes, Red Bull, the official sponsor of Guardians, drinks it and carries on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or there's another one where he drinks it and he instantly gets a super up. This could get wild. I really thought this. Oh man. Wow.
Oh man, I'm calling it now. Expect a Red Bull shader. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They blew that already with the red one they have already.
Oh yeah, it was like the Nepal looking one.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
So, that being said, we have the third subclasses pre-announced, which I'm surprised that Bungie didn't do anything to contain this information more, knowing that E3 is only a few days away. But then again, this might be kind of like making a hype train for their announcement.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's basically like, oops, look, there's a bit of leaked information. Where is
Yeah.
it, by the way? And then they're going to just...
Yeah, because I mean, they treated
Stole that
House of
very
Wolves with more secrecy than they did with this. Because Planet Destiny, along with a bunch of other streamers, went to Bungie and they had to sign an NDA about the contents of the House of Wolves, But, here we have, I know this started to leak out through Reddit and then Planet Destiny, and, I'm really, really surprised this wasn't under, like, any kind of, like, NDA thing.
The only option is, well, there's two. Somebody just broke the NDA, or they actually let it be leaked. They
Yeah.
wanted this
Yeah.
pre-E3 hype.
Maybe
Yeah.
the NDA basically said, hey, you're allowed to release information, the rest of it, no.
But
Very
here's the
possible.
interesting part.
To help.
Shortly after Planet Destiny tweeted this out, they replied to several people confirming that it was a 100% reliable source. But shortly thereafter, they deleted their tweet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
But anyway, so
Guys, seriously, it's just Deej sitting there in that suit that he wore for that one stream. I said this on the podcast already, and I'll say it again. He's sitting there with a little pyramid just going, scheming away. That's what he's doing. Smarter than he's letting on.
you
The
know,
mastermind.
That is Deej.
right? Okay, so now I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. So one of the big things that a lot of people are talking about too is the $40 price point for the Taken King. What do you guys think about
I will
that?
start with that. I'll start that one. No problem whatsoever with that.
Mhm.
I have spent so much time, had so much fun, met so many incredible people, thoroughly expanded my gaming experience. I don't care what it costs. If it was available right now, it would be pre-ordered.
I agree.
I'm sorry, I have absolutely no problem with the price tag. I will, and that's fine, but this game has just been amazing for me, and I'm happy to give them more money to develop more stuff with it.
Right. What about you, Azimuth and I Raged?
Fair enough. Rage, you go first.
Apparently, I mean, I have no problem with it either because it's supposed to be almost like a brand new game, how they're talking about it, and I think that $40 is definitely a fair price for the content that they're going to give us. And Destiny Bungie does let us down at some points, but not really.
You know, we're still here.
Yeah. We're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with the other guys that yeah, I no matter what it's going to cost, I'm going to get it. And the way that they've been talking about it is if it's pretty much twice as much content, if not more, of what we've got so far in any expansion.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be worth it. The only thing that could be a little bit annoying for me and my fellow people in the UK and Europe and whatnot is that $40 price tag. Is that $40 going to actually convert properly over to pounds, or is it going to be £40? Because if it's £40, then that's just a complete rip for us.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's
I
more like
wouldn't be
$60,
surprised if
right?
they did that. Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Yeah.
And it would be very annoying. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's more around the 25-30 range, which would be about right. But you never know.
Yeah. Well,
You
hopefully.
never know until they release it.
Yeah, because
Hopefully they're fair about it.
the Taken King, as iRaged was mentioning, a lot of people are talking about it being Destiny 1.5, being as big as Destiny's base game when it came out back in September. Supposedly it's going to contain that much more content given the $40 price point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah. So it also looks like the release date was outed for September 15th. So that's
Yep, saw that.
actually less time than if you compare it to the time between Dark Below and House of Wolves. That's a little bit less of a wait time from House of Wolves to the Taken King.
Ah, that's interesting. Well, when did Destiny actually come out? That was September.
It was September 8th or
9th?
September 7th.
I think it was
September
I was
9th.
gonna say,
I think it was
yeah,
9.
around about then. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I
some-
totally
for
think
some
that's
reason
a
I-
happy birthday release date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is the fact that they're like, right, it's been a year. This is when the next big install needs to come in because they've been, even though they've been doing these expansions, I wouldn't, I'm guessing that they've already been working on the Taken King since before House of Wolves released. They
Right.
have
Yeah.
been working on it, so And I expected a release date around about September, to be honest with you. That's when I thought
Yeah.
it would be out.
Yeah.
I was guessing.
So now let's talk about one of the big aspects that was missing from the House of Wolves content. So for the Taken King, we're going to be getting a raid. Focusing raid. Focusing on Oryx, the Crota's father. Now I have quite a few words for that, but I want to hear you guys' thought on that.
First of all I want to say is, Crota is supposed to be, as far as I know anyway, Crota is supposed to be what, the youngest of his brothers.
I think
And now
Crota's his
we've
son.
got Oryx. Yeah, I know, but I thought that Oryx, Crota.
Yeah, he had
I thought-
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crota has older brothers.
Mm.
He has like 5, right?
So yeah, Oryx is the father of Crota and his brothers, whereas we're going straight to Oryx now.
Yes.
Well, it seems anyway. Which, fair enough, if his brothers are somehow involved in that, then that would be great. But if they completely skip over that and then never come back to it, that would be a bit weird.
Yeah, it's a problem.
If they go to his father now and then go to his brothers later on down the line, I'm completely fine with that. I just don't want them to miss out a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I think it would be weird if they did that. But apart from that, raid, because raid. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
So my thoughts on that are, this will be the first time for me that I will be in on the beginning of the raid without everybody having gone and explored, and I can get on YouTube and figure out how to do it. So I am very excited to be exploring a raid with a bunch of other people who don't know it, and just finding things out on our own. I'm very excited for that. So in that respect, I don't care what the raid is about. I just am going to have a great time with that. As far as the story and it being Oryx, I think that there can still make that work.
Yeah.
There's obviously a whole revenge storyline possibility. We've killed Crota, now Oryx is going to come after us. What if the next raid in the middle of 2016 is we have to fight all 4 of the other brothers?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they tie it in somehow, that would be brilliant. And
Yeah,
I agree
think
with
they
you on
have
about
to.
the whole us exploring a brand new raid, because I was the same. This is the first time that I'm going to go into a raid completely blind, and I'm really excited for that. With no help, so yeah, be good.
So one of the things that was also mentioned about the Taken King is a new enemy type called the Taken. And I'll put this image along into the podcast so everybody else can see what I'm referencing to. So there was speculation that the Taken were going to be like a new enemy type, a new enemy race. But thanks to Planet Destiny, they opened up this idea that the Taken are actually going to be current enemies that we already have, such as the Fallen and Cabal and stuff. But they're going to be controlled by Oryx. So there's an image that shows a hunter kind of going through a forest, and in the background you see a Fallen and this huge Cabal, and they kind of look torn up and really dirty. But the interesting part about that is that they're glowing green. And green is
I see what you mean, as if as though he's taken over their minds and just taken
Exactly.
them as his own army. That is very interesting.
exactly. And
Imagine if
wow.
that's going to be part of the raid.
yeah.
He could take over Guardians for a short period.
Oh
Wow.
God, no! Please no!
So
No!
So I really like that idea, because it goes with the name, the Taken King. But that only means
that's
that
a really cool idea.
that also means that for this raid, we're not just gonna see Hive. We're gonna see Fallen. We might see Cabal. Who knows if they can infect the Vex somehow as well? That would be super crazy to see all these enemies in one big raid. But
All fighting you at the same time.
yeah.
You'd really have to try and switch it up for that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
But let me backtrack a little bit here on the whole deal with Oryx. I'm with you, Asmith, in the sense that I think it's really early to pit us against Oryx. Throughout the Destiny story, they kind of built him up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just feels really, really weird that we're gonna fight a Hive god. I mean, I know Crota was a Hive god already, but Oryx just seemed to be like really at the top of like the Hive hierarchy. So
yeah, it's very interesting to see what they do after that.
I mean, I know the Hive have like, you know, their multi-dimensional like world and stuff like that, and there may be gods higher than Oryx, but the way Destiny built Oryx's kind of like reputation, almost, it seems like he could have had like a longer lifetime than just, you know, we're gonna have to take him out now.
The first Destiny game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, in addition to all of that stuff, you know, the raids and the subclasses, which is one of the bigger parts of the Taken King, you know, we're gonna have as well new strikes and new PvP maps. But let's talk about features. What features would you guys like to see implemented in the Taken King?
Define features.
So
I was actually gonna ask the same thing.
So stuff that, okay, so for example, you know, there's a lot of people that want trading, weapon shaders, you know, there's just a vast array of what we can go into as far as stuff that Destiny needs to better its its
trading.
gameplay. Yeah. Okay, so no trading. So you don't want trading. Enlighten us.
No. No trading for weapons at all, because that would just be stupid and it would just get like, oh hey, yeah, so I have like 5 Galahons, and I know that it's like, I don't have 5 Galahons, I have 3 Galahons, but still, I know that people that don't have them would love trading, because I could just be like, oh hey, you have this as well, but I swear to God, a week after trading comes in, if it was that simple, then every single person would have everything they need, and then it would just be boring.
Yeah.
I know that RNG is completely broken, and it's annoying, and that it's unfair, and needs to be fixed. But fix that, don't just implement something that's going to make the game too easy. There's just no point. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree, no trading.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys had heard about Eververse, but Bungie recently trademarked that name. It's called Eververse Trading Company, or Trading Co. And there's a lot of speculations on that. Because obviously trading is something that a lot of people have been wanting. So maybe we're gonna see some kind of aspect of that. Maybe being an MMO, some kind of like broker kind of a deal.
Maybe. I don't mind as much, like, if people wanted to trade resources.
Yes.
That's completely fine by me.
Yeah, that's completely different.
That would be fine. It's just weapons, gear, basically, that I don't think would be fair. Or it would just mean that the game would just be a bit too easy. But,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh god, I need ascendant material. But then again, at the moment, you can just go to the speaker and transmute them. So
Yeah, I
just
think
need
they've
training
already
for
come
that.
up with a fix for that with the material exchange
Yeah.
with the speaker.
Yep.
Something that actually I would like to see is like custom PvP matches almost, where you can just like, I don't know, similar to like, I don't know how to explain it, but you can set up the way the match and how much damage you can take, stuff like that. I think it would be really cool. How much people, like, you can just have like a 1v1 or something, or whatever you want to do.
Just to settle those arguments in chat.
Pistols at dawn style, bitch.
Yes, so that's a big one. That's a big thing that I am honestly surprised that Destiny didn't come out with when it released. Custom and private Crucible matches. So you can go in there with your friends.
I don't know if they would ever make it that customizable, but private, like
Yeah,
set
at least
game
private.
modes.
You know, where
at least that. That's one thing I would love to come into it. Just take out the reward system for it. Just say, hey, here you go. You don't get any rewards, but you can go in 6 versus 6 with your friends, make your own tournaments up, and just have fun.
yeah,
That would be brilliant.
and I mean, we've seen that kind of style with some other games where you can set up your own private matches. And in Destiny's case, for example, you know, you can customize how often the special ammo drops, how often the heavy ammo drops, you know, the map rotations, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So that's something I would
Yeah,
like
that
to
would-
see in the Taken King as well. Features wise, and I think I talked about this with somebody here. I can't remember who it was. Hotkeys. So instead of having the little waving, pointing, and dancing, I would like to be able to use the directional pad to use my ammo synths.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that would make it a lot
alright.
more useful.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
instead of having to go to the option, inventory, select the synth, I can just press up and bam, I used a special synth and the little timer would like appear, or, you know, depending on what
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna
using.
say it'd be cool because if you pressed up and you still had like a minute, all it would do is in the bottom left show up that you've got a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like, shit, I've got a minute. Carry on. That'd
Yeah.
be, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and it's little
I'd
things
be
like that.
happy if I'd be happy even if that all that button did was tell you how long you had left. Even if you still
Yeah.
had to go in, just being able to have that information and not waste time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 'Cause you could literally run
Yeah.
around, press up, and go right. I need to find a safe place in 30 seconds so that I can synth.
right.
It's just so much easier. Yeah.
Or maybe something like a hotkey that lets you switch between 2 weapons, like 2 primaries or something.
Oh yeah.
Just so
That
you-
would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, because
Or
sometimes
hot switch between your subclasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one as well. Oh, that would be really good if you do that.
yeah, and you know, I'm sure they could program something into the touchpad as well, other than, you know, when you just click it, you know, you get the nav menu. Because I've seen
Right?
other.
You can swipe up, swipe down, swipe
Exactly.
left, swipe right.
Yeah.
Those could all be options.
Exactly. Like for example, like with the subclasses, you know, if you swipe left, you'll go from like Voidwalker to Sunsinger. And now with the Arc, for example, if you swipe it twice, you'll switch to Arc, and you know, you'll jump a subclass. You know, it's just little things to
That'd be
make.
cool.
Yeah, little things to make the gameplay experience a little bit better. Now longevity
You
is.
mentioned before.
Yeah. What's up?
So sorry, I would love to see weapon shaders. I would love to see exotic armor
Mhm.
be able to shade,
Yes.
and I would love shit shaders.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that's being requested a lot in the Destiny forums. I'm not sure if you guys are often in the feedback section for the forums, but one of the big, you know, Deej has a thread topic on there of all the ideas that people want to see in the future. So it's kind of like a feedback wish list. And let me see if I can pull it up here. But I know that weapon skins are a big thing that people want, as well as the transmogrification. But we kind of have a solution of that now with Ascension.
Yeah, yeah.
How so?
Well, for those who aren't aware, transmog is where you wear a piece of gear, but you make it look like, for example, you're wearing the Crota's End helmet, but you don't like the way it looks. In a typical MMO, you could change the way it looks to a different style without changing the perks that it's currently using.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think one of the big answers to that was the Ascension. So you no longer have to wear Kurta's Endgear to be like a
Just
32
Kurta's
or a
End armor.
34. Yeah, exactly. So here are the most
Yeah, good
frequent.
point.
Here are the most frequent community wishes for Destiny. We have the transmogrification, private Crucible matches, gun skins. Apparently, Guardian facial hair is a big one. You know, because I've always wanted my Guardian with a nice thick beard.
A nice goatee.
Yeah. Vault sorting options. I cannot tell you how much it irks me to have just like yellow slots just here and there and like purple everywhere. Yeah, I would love a vault sorting option. Crucible map voting.
All right.
Expanding faction interaction, which would be awesome. And a toggle option to turn off aim assist. Yes, please. Rotating stock on tower vendors, dismantle consumable items, adding additional matchmaking options, and obviously one of the bigger ones, weapon rebalancing. Thorn, I'm looking at you.
I am also looking at you.
I'm not. I suck at the Crucible, and the only way I get through it is by using the highly overpowered Thorn. So I'm good.
You know, when a good chunk of your Crucible players are using Thorn, you know you have a balancing issue.
I get it.
Yeah, but you know those are some of the things that I would like to see Bungie implement into the Taken King, especially you know the bigger ones, private Crucible matches.
They definitely know about them because they did include some of them in one of the weekly updates a little while ago.
Oh, which one was that?
I don't know. It was like a month or two ago, but it was before
crap,
House of
buddy.
Wolves. But it did include a lot of those ones that you just said.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, because I mean
they
those
said-
are
yeah.
those are things that I think at least with the private matches should have shipped with Destiny. I mean, if you're gonna have them like a multiplayer component, why not give customization? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry guys, you missed everything that I said then because PSN decided that it was going to cut my microphone off. So,
Oh no way.
Yes, I've not been here.
Oh, what happened? Okay, so join in. Tell us what you were saying.
I can't even remember. You were on about because I kept trying to talk and I was like, why is no one listening to me? I
Yeah,
know,
we didn't
right?
hear you. Super sorry.
You couldn't hear me. It's fine. I was gonna say, yeah, I was pretty much agreeing with everything you guys were saying, and I was just gonna ask when people are on about the faction expansion sort of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what are they on about? Because I have ideas, and I really think that it would be really good to say the faction that you actually pick. It would be really cool if they had a Crucible, and yeah, I was saying Thorn and whatnot's broken. I need to fix that. But if they had, if you had a, and even if it was just like, it would be really cool. I don't know how they would really be able to get around it, but if once a year they had, or once a month or whatever, that, you know, everyone who belongs to a certain faction, the amount of kills and whatnot that faction earns, say, that month, then at the end of the month, everyone to that faction will get something, just like a gift of some sort of.
Mhm.
That would be really cool. Just it makes factions a lot more accessible for people, and make people want to commit to one a lot more than just be like, oh, factions, get some gear. Yeah, that's about
Right.
it. Maybe a shade or two. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Factions need to be
actually
a little bit more prominent.
that's a really good idea. It sounds a lot like what the Mortal Kombat developers did with the new Mortal Kombat game, the Faction Wars.
There you go, faction wars.
Yeah, so like I think this
Yeah.
is a weekly thing that they do. Like whoever belongs to what faction gets like the most kills online and stuff like that, they'll like give them like more coins to buy stuff. In Destiny's case, it could give you rep because I know a lot of people
Yeah,
don't
just
like
added-
grinding bounties just to get the rep up.
Yeah, like say if your say if your faction obviously for that month had the most kills, then you get 2 times rep for like a weekend or a week or whatever. Just a bit of a reward. It would be fun.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
make people, like I said, commit more.
Yes.
So
Maybe give them that hot and spicy Revenant shader people want.
yes, 24 with Dead Orb, and I still haven't got that goddamn shader.
Ooh, that's rough.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. So yeah, I mean, that's really what we have so far on the Taken King. I really can't wait for E3 to come around next weekend, for them to fully show off what yeah, and to see what they're gonna do with all this. Because what's up?
One of the things that I hope very much is that based on the new map that came with the House of Wolves, the Widow's Court,
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're opening up the European Dead Zone.
Oh yeah.
That map, the way that they have presented that, just it's so beautifully done and so beautifully thought out and rendered. I want so much to be doing missions in that area. It's one of my big hopes for the next drop.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
would be really
gorgeous
cool.
map.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I hate it and I'm not any good on it, but it's beautiful.
Well, aren't they, another thing I was going to say, apparently we're going to a new planet, or we're going to, I say new, I mean new as in not Crucible, such as, was it Mercury, I think someone said?
Mercury, yeah.
I've heard. Anyway.
Yeah, so there's a lot
Like
of
in the story missions.
yeah. If you guys read some of the grimoire, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, how are you gonna go to like Jupiter or Saturn, and because you know they're gas planets. But in the grimoire, it tells you that it's already been like inhabited. Like one of those planets was actually terraformed in a manner of
I was
speaking.
going to say, yeah, well, the Traveler basically turned Venus into a jungle planet, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it can
Yeah.
make it habitable for... It's fine, guys. Don't worry.
You
Traveler's
know,
got this.
And you know, that's the thing. The grimoire is there. The cards exist. And I think really, really early on in Destiny's life, before it came out, I think Saturn was teased because they had a rendered Saturn already. But you know, obviously, it never saw the light of day. But I would love to see one of those new planets to come into play in the Taken King. You know, give us a new area to
Yeah, that'd be
go
really nice.
explore and stuff. That would be amazing.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
And maybe that the screenshot, or not screenshot, but the artwork that we saw of the Taken army maybe will probably be in that dead zone, because it seemed really forested compared to the Cosmodrome. And again, this image will be up in the podcast once it's up on YouTube. That way you guys can get a look at it as well.
Awesome.
That would be really cool doing the European Dead Zone. It really would.
That'd make my day.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be amazing. So I think we got everything covered that we know so far of the Taken King. The next step is to wait to E3 and see what Bungie has for us for September.
And then next week we'll all be screaming about what we loved from E3.
Yes. So
Or what we hated. What we loved, what we hated. All in one beautiful package.
yeah. So the next episode, you know, you'll have the Fearless Leader back. So no need to worry that the podcast will not be hosted by him. So I'm sure that topic will be covered, E3 and what was thought of the presentation that they'll do. A lot of people think that Bungie's going to bring a Gjallarhorn to E3 because in the weekly update they have this huge
Have you seen
casing.
that picture?
Yeah.
I hope it's a Gjallarhorn.
That would be amazing.
Do you reckon it'll be one of those t-shirt cannons they have?
Oh, right.
A Gallahorn version. Just fire t-shirt. You'll get one and you'll get with like knocking people over and please calm down. Put the cannon down. Put it down, Dee.
The world's first overpowered T-shirt cannon.
Knocking people out. Whoa.
That would be
He's going
super
crazy.
cool.
That
I
would
want
be
to
so
see one
funny.
of those at a Celtics game next year.
Oh, that is great. So before we head off, because we're about to hit the 1 hour mark, in the weekly update we got an interesting piece of information, and this is completely irrelevant to the Taken King, but I think it's worth noting that our good old pal Skolas is receiving a big nerf coming up.
Yes, he is. I'm so happy.
Okay, so we got Azimuth happy on that. How do you, Quasar and iRage, how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, you're not going to hear any complaints from me.
Yeah, so they're taking away the burn modifiers. They're reducing his health, and they're controlling the ads by how much health he has left.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
that's
better,
interesting. So
because-
more adds to the lower health he has.
So yeah,
the
But they spawn the intervals based on
Yeah.
where we take his health down to. I
Oh,
think that's
okay.
what they're saying.
yeah,
All right.
it's exactly what it is. So I'm happy to see that, because honestly, Arc Burn Skolas was one of the worst things I had played in a while. You know, the boss itself is not one-shotting me. The little vandal all the way across the map is what's one-shotting me.
Yeah. Not fun.
No, it was not. So I'm glad that they're balancing that out.
Yeah, I'm waiting until he gets his nerf, which didn't they say they're doing when they're at E3? So next week.
Next week.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Along with a
that's
couple
good.
of other things.
Next week, I'm actually gonna go for it.
You know, if you have that Gjallarhorn, you know, fully maxed out, it could happen. You
I
know?
do have that Gallahorn fully maxed out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Can't
you
be
do.
bothered with Skolas'.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just don't want to.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for the Taken King episode of the Hero Unit podcast. Thank you very much for joining me in this discussion and what we would like
Pleasure.
to see. And yeah, Quasar, thank
Yep,
you so much for joining us,
for
man.
hosting.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
You did a great job, Nam. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
sir.
much. So next week we'll have Metro back on the mantle of hosting the podcast as per usual, and we can't wait to hear what he has to say for the E3 stuff.
Very
excited.
And with that,
I can't wait.
we'll see you on the battlefield, Guardians.
Bye.